Hello and welcome back to another chatty video. Happy Leo season! I am so excited for this season because I'm a Leo, so my birthday's coming up and it just feels like a lot of fun things are happening. So I hope you have time to have fun with your friends and just go play and enjoy this Leo season. And so today I felt like it would be really on theme to talk about whimsy and how to make your life a little bit more whimsical. First off, I want to say that I know whimsy and being whimsical is trending online, and for some reason, I feel like people have forgotten the word whimsical because we're using whimsy for everything. So, you can have whimsy and be whimsical. You can't be whimsy. So I don't know why that just annoys me, but I needed to get that out there. If this is your first time hearing about adding more whimsy to your life, then let me look up what the definition of whimsy is, just so that So the definition of whimsy that I see is whimsy refers to unusual, funny, and pleasant ideas. And I guess for me, to be whimsical or to have whimsy in your life kind of just means to embrace that childlike part of you and to have fun and introduce play more into your life and not really take life as seriously. And I think that really helps me kind of stay in the moment. It helps me to enjoy the present instead of like planning for the future or reminiscing on the past or like ruminating on certain things that I wish I didn't do or regrets that I have. I feel like it just helps me kind of enjoy being in the present and live a little bit of a happier life. I feel like since I am a Leo, being playful and just having that like childlike lens view on the world is kind of comes naturally to me. I feel like I've always kind of went about my life in a way that is a little bit more like happy-go-lucky and a little bit more laid back than most people. But ever since I started to like mindfully and like purposefully add whimsy and make my life a little bit more playful, I've noticed that there's been a huge improvement on just my overall outlook on life and my day-to-day kind of mood. So I wanted to kind of talk about different things that I do that make my life feel a little bit more whimsical or feel like a little bit more playful. And one of them I started recently, which is my lucky star. So I started this thing where I do my makeup and I always draw. It's like a little twinkle star on my cheek. And when I draw it, I have the intention that drawing this lucky star and having this star with me will help make me have a more luckier day. It will help attract happiness and just attract all of the good things to me. And so I think just by the act of me drawing the star on my face every day, it kind of primes my mood a little bit more for just to expect good things to happen. It kind of helps get me into the mindset of just like expecting good things to happen and being open to miracles and knowing that miracles can happen to me every day. And it makes me be a little bit less pessimistic. Like I won't really be wondering about any of the bad things that could possibly happen or things that I might be worried about. It kind of just makes me feel a little bit more positive and just feeling like since I have this magical lucky star, like things will work out no matter what. And really, I think that's the whole point of adding whimsy into your life is to help add things to your life that can not necessarily trick your brain, but get your brain into the feeling of like things are magical and life isn't just ordinary. It's a magical thing to be alive at this time right now. So another thing that I've been doing lately that has just been making me feel a little bit more playful is watching old school like girly movies. So a lot of them are like the old Disney movies or I don't know. So recently I watched A New York Minute with Mary-Kate and Ashley. The Sleepover, it was a really good movie. Just like those classic, like coming of age, girly movies. I feel like they always have really good music in those movies. Like it's like all of the old girl pop songs. And speaking of, not only have I been watching the old movies, but I've been listening to a lot of like throwback Disney songs. It's kind of crazy how many songs from like the Disney Channel actually have a lot of really good lyrics. Definitely a lot of Hannah Montana. Cheetah Girls Strut is literally like a song. If you actually listen to the lyrics, it's about taking the action and doing things, and you can't just talk the talk. You actually need to strut and walk the walk. But yeah, if you used to like watching those movies and listening to music like that, I really recommend that you just start doing that again. You don't have to do it every day, but maybe once in a while when you want that extra little boost, you can listen to some old Disney Channel songs and play the old movies. And it kind of brings you back to the times when you were watching it when you were younger, and kind of reminds you of like simpler times, and that, you know, maybe life doesn't have to be as serious as I'm making it. Maybe not everything has to feel like a life and death situation, and everything will actually be okay. Especially because I feel like in those old movies, it's always like the main character gets into some shit, some trouble, and it's about them like working their way out of it. And it's always like in a goofy kind of situation, or goofy things happen. And I think that gets you out of just like your day to day, like normal, like adult mentality. It kind of gets you back into like thinking about crazy situations and expanding your imagination a little bit. And then listening to the music just makes you feel a lot more positive too. Because I feel like that is one of the biggest shifts that I've noticed, is as soon as I stopped listening to, maybe I used to listen to a lot of like rap music, honestly, because Kevin would listen to it, and I really don't like being on aux because I feel like it's just like too much pressure. So I would just kind of listen to the music that he listens to. But recently, like maybe the past year or so, I have been kind of shifting the music that I listen to. I definitely have been listening to a lot of the throwbacks because they're just so catchy. And like I said, the lyrics are really good. So like when I'm singing and dancing and singing like the really good lyrics, it definitely raises my vibration and helps me feel like good things are going to happen. I have a playlist on Apple Music that is just songs that are like positive lyrics about, you know, staying true to yourself and just being happy and embracing life. And, you know, like when songs get stuck in your head and you're just singing the lyrics, it's always better if you're singing something like positive instead of just singing some random line or some derogatory thing that like people say in their music. I don't know. So to add more whimsy in your life, I definitely think you should kind of just take a look at the music that you listen to and see if it aligns with the direction that you kind of want your life to go, or if it's kind of not really spreading the message that, you know, you want to be in. And that's not to say that you can never listen to like music just for the sake of listening to music. But I think definitely if you balance it a little bit more, then you'll notice that it kind of changes the way that you think. One other thing that I've been doing lately that has just been making my life feel a little bit more magical and whimsical is I've been buying fresh flowers to put around my house. And I have liked doing this before, but I would kind of like do it every once in a while and I wouldn't really keep up with it. But lately, every time I go grocery shopping, I make sure that I grab a few sets of flowers. At the grocery store I go to, they sell like 3 bunches for $15. So you can make a couple different bouquets out of those 3 bunches. And so I have like a vase in my kitchen, in my bathroom, in our bedroom, and then like in the living room. And I feel like it really makes a difference when you're walking around your house and you have fresh flowers and they're kind of everywhere. And I really recommend getting the separate bunches so that you can make your own little bouquets, because it really is like a mindful hobby that takes you out of your head, because you're just kind of using your hands and using your creativity to make different bouquets. And you can buy different flowers every week and just kind of change it up. So that's also another good way that I've been getting off my phone. I definitely take at least like 30 minutes to sit down and not listen to anything and just kind of be in my own space and just like make some flowers for my home. And to tie that all in, I feel like I not only buy the flowers for myself to look at because they're pretty, but I also buy them as like an offering to my home. Because if you think about it, our home really gives us everything that we need. It gives us security. It gives us a roof over our head. It's the one place that we really want to feel safe and want to feel our most expansive. So just getting flowers every week and thanking my home for taking care of me is the way that I kind of just thank my home for everything that it provides for me. And having a relationship with your home in that way can make your life feel more whimsical, because when you think of your home as not just a building, but as like a spirit or an energy that supports you, it definitely just like turns your brain towards like the magic a little bit more, and you just appreciate everything around you a little bit more. Even though my home is not like perfect, there are definitely some things that I still want to like renovate or change about it. There's like a a rip in the wall right there as I'm saying this. But even though it's not perfect yet, I still want to appreciate it how it is right now because it gives a lot to me, and I don't want to just think about all the things that I want to change. I want to make sure that I take time to be grateful for the things that I do have. And so buying flowers for myself and for my home every week just kind of is that weekly reminder to be grateful and to just spread the magic to my home. One small action that I've been doing that has really made a big change in making my life just feel a little bit more positive and magical is just doing daily gratitude lists. So you can write down like 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for the day, and try to change them up each day because it really makes your mind think about the different things that you are grateful for that you might like take advantage of. Sometimes when I'm running out of things, I will resort to like being grateful for my eyesight or being grateful for my taste, because I feel like those are things that you don't really think about, but if you didn't have them, your life would definitely be way different and not as good. And no matter where you're really at, you can find things to be grateful for. When you can kind of point to and realize the amount of things that you really do have to be grateful for, it just like expands your possibilities and puts you just in a higher vibration where more good things can happen to you and feel like anything can really happen. So I feel like if you're going to take anything from this, it's definitely doing the gratitude list. I think that will make the biggest change in your life if you are looking to bring more whimsy and just feel a little bit more playful about life. And a step further that you can take that I really like to use to manifest is I'll write out my gratitude list of everything that I already have in my life that I'm grateful for, and then I'll add one thing that I don't have yet but I want to manifest into my life. So I'll be like, I'm grateful for my eyesight, I'm grateful for my dog, I'm grateful to have a roof over my head, I'm grateful to be able to buy food to eat. And then at the end, I could say I'm grateful to have 50,000 subscribers, because when you're already in that state of just feeling gratitude for everything around you, and then you add one thing that you don't have yet, it kind of like helps your mind believe that that is possible for you because you're already grateful for it even before you have it. So it kind of just makes it more of a reality in your mind. I think I have 2 more things that I can think of today to just make your life feel more playful. And one of them, maybe not everybody will like, but for me, I really love to throw parties. And when I have a party, I like to make it like a theme because I feel like it just makes it a little bit more exciting and adds something special to the night, rather than everybody just going to a party to get drunk or dance or whatever. It adds like another layer to it. So I really love throwing Halloween parties. That's kind of how I started, is because Halloween is a really good like entryway into it, because you already have like the things that you know a Halloween party is going to have, like the spooky things, strobe lights, colorful lights, and everything like that. So Halloween parties are definitely good to start. I'm throwing my 30th birthday next month, and it's going to be Renaissance Fair themed, which is definitely going to be super whimsical. And it kind of just makes me use my creativity a little bit more. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like we did a party for Christmas. We did a white elephant party, and even though it's like Christmas themed, I took it a step further and made it like a margaritas in the winter party. So we just had like a bunch of different flavors of margaritas. People can make their own flavors, and it kind of just added something to the day for people to look forward to and kind of just have fun with. And I think we can't forget that when we were younger, at least for me, I am really lucky to say that I was privileged enough to have a lot of birthday parties as a kid, and they were always different themes of things that I liked. And I don't really want to lose that as I grow up. I don't want to just feel like, oh, since I'm an adult now, I can't throw parties and have fun or be playful. I feel like when you do make the effort to have like a themed party or just a party for a different occasion than maybe is not usual, it can just also remind other people that it's okay to celebrate and it's okay to have fun, and we don't always have to be like trying to be productive all the time and thinking about all of our adult things. We can have times where we can be childlike and play and just have fun with our friends. So I know this might not be for everybody, but if you are one of the people who really likes to get your friends together, I definitely recommend trying a like themed party to try to mix it up, because I think a lot of people will enjoy it. Vancouver! And I feel like that brings me to my last point, which is just to surround yourself with other people who are also trying to make their lives as playful as possible and really find the magic in the mundane. Because I feel like when you're surrounding yourselves with other people who also are just really playful and don't take life too seriously, you kind of bounce off each other and you can have more fun. Your imagination will spark their imagination and vice versa. And nobody likes a party pooper. So if you are just trying to be magical and people shut that down, that is going to kind of take away from all of the whimsy and like playfulness that you've kind of built up. So for example, if I'm like telling my friend that I do this lucky star so that I can feel lucky and I can bring good things into my life, and they are really skeptical about it and saying like there's no way that that does anything, it's literally just makeup, then I'm not going to be hanging out with them, because why are you trying to dull my shine? Why are you trying to ruin my party? Like, my star doesn't hurt anybody. Thinking playfully doesn't hurt anybody. And I think there really are some people that just want to make other people miserable because they are miserable themselves. So just watching out for those people that might bring you down, and maybe not in such an obvious way, but maybe they aren't as like accepting of the magic in the mundane, or accepting that life doesn't have to be serious. That can really dull your sparkle. It can really just get you out of the like magic that you are trying to build. So just be careful about who you do invite into your little whimsical life. And so that's everything I have for today. I think this was a perfect video to introduce Leo season. I really hope that you can find time to play and just time to find the magic in your everyday life. If there's anything that you do that just sparks more joy or makes your life feel a little bit more whimsical, let me know, because I'm always looking for new fun things to add or try out. So yeah, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I will see you in the next one. Bye!